today on the floor of the Senate, where there is an approval for the death penalty for dealers and importers of cocaine, heroin, and other hard drugs into the country. The proposed capital punishment also applies to manufacturing, trafficking, dealing in, or delivery of hard drugs by any means. The Senate arrived at a resolution on the floor of the Red Chamber after deliberations on the National Drug Law Enforcement Agency Act Amendment Bill 2024. The maximum punishment in the extant law for offender is life imprisonment. It was Senator Ali Ndume who brought that up, and Senator Adams Oshiomhole raised his hand to shoot it down. But of course, the Deputy Senate President, who was sitting in as the presiding officer, shot it down, and he passed the third reading. If he goes through to the very end and assented by the President, that means anybody who is being caught and found guilty of these offenses by our court will have to go through the death penalty as punishment. Let me speak with the man who brought that up on the floor of the Senate today. Senator Ali Ndume is the chief whip of the Senate. He's live here with me in our studio. Thank you so much, Senator, for joining us tonight.
Thank you very much.
Yeah. A lot of Nigerians, before we get into the death penalty part, are not happy with you and your colleagues. I don't know how you feel when you hear the agitation about the levy upon levies and the tariff and upon tariff, based on the fact that the value of the naira is not what it used to be. You heard what the TUC president said there.
Yeah, it's very unfortunate. I've been an advocate of looking at those that we govern or we represent, that is the people of the country, with these levies, taxes. And you remember, even the communication service tax, I fought that. It's only that I didn't succeed. You cannot be loading taxes on people where you are not increasing their income, or their source of income is not, you are not widening it, or you are not increasing it. So I'm not part of those that support levy anyhow.
But you were there when they passed that law.
I'm coming.
The amendment.
I will give you all that. The amendment to cybercrime, I'm a senator. You know, I supported it, but not the nitty-gritty. And I'm not trying to run away from any blame. We have issues with cybercrime, you know that. Mm-hmm. And there is a need for the government to improve on the cybercrime act. That is what I understand by the amendment. I did not, and most of our colleagues, you know, all the laws are not perfect. And I take blame where I have to. Looking at the nitty-gritty would have been the responsibility of interested parties. I heard the TUC president now, and that's where, you know, when you are standing on your own fault, you don't see you only see the other man's fault. In every law that we pass in the National Assembly, first, there must be public hearing. And that public hearing, there is a law or this procedure you must publicize in the radio, print, media, and that is going to be public hearing. Why were they? And part of it is, if you get a copy, you bring your submission, or you come to the public hearing and hear and analyze and look at it with eagle eye. He is supposed to, or his representative is supposed to be there to look at the interests of the people he's talking about now. And as I told you, if I had known that there is an issue where the cost will be transferred to a customer or a Nigerian, I would not agree.
Senator, you know why I'm a bit...
Now, let me land.
Just a moment.
Please.
You know the reason why...
Let me land.
Okay, go ahead, please.
Please. That is why you have the civil society organizations. That's why you have the labor itself. That's why you have the TUC. It is not all about we, the lawmakers. And let me add here that for me, for example, I am in the APC. I'm the chief whip. I'm supporting I'm supposed to be supporting the policies of APC government. But you can see severally, if the APC government, or even Mr. President, who I'm close to, you know, deters from doing the right thing, I come here and even speak about it. So this thing is not something that we just come to TV and be shouting, like that.
Senator, let me ask you quickly. Let me ask you. Can you remember when the Cybercrime Act was amended?
Yes.
When was it?
This year.
Yes, it was. I mean, it's 2024.
Yeah, this year, but I can't remember the dates here.
That is problem. That's the problem. You know why?
No, that's your problem.
Just hold on, Senator. I know
we have started
those.
Again.
No, Senator. We're having a conversation now.
Wait, are you here to interrogate me or to interview me?
No, I'm interviewing you, and I'm asking
so
a question.
Please interview me. Don't interrogate me.
Senator,
I told you.
Would you allow me to ask a question?
No, I will not answer your question.
Let me allow me to ask the question, Senator.
No, don't allow. I will answer your question, but I will not answer or subject myself to any interrogation because I didn't come for interrogation. I came for interview.
Now, today you're starting with a defense, Senator. But the question I wanted to ask is, there are reporters, colleagues of mine, that have asked to look at their archives, to look their notes, and remind us, because I am a political journalist, and this is what I do every day. Maybe I missed it. What about those who report to the National Assembly every day? I've asked several of our friends who are in the civil society who monitor daily and have staff who sit in the National Assembly every day. They cannot remember when this amendment happened. Yeah. And the question is that how come this was so quiet, so silent, that a lot of Nigerians... Because, Senator, the reason why I invited you was I watched your debate on the floor. And I was interested in what was going on your mind when you raised the death penalty, when that bill was going on. I remember the salaries, wages amendment bill that went on. There are several amendments that we are aware of, that we monitor. Why is this one the one that a lot of Nigerians cannot even remember? No. And it happened, we were just in May. Yeah,
but let me tell you, no bill, I repeat 3 times, no bill will be passed without going through the due process. None.
I'm afraid this may be so.
No. If it is, now I'll tell you. How about Shehu? I won't come here and lie to you. It's not part of my character. No bill. You can say that there are maybe... People did not look at this cybercrime something as something that will go that way even. Now that they say levy, and I had the figures, then I say, wow, what? And people reacted. And you could see the reaction of even from the House of Rep, and even my colleagues.
You see that this is not... You think that this is not in the interest of Nigerians, don't you think?
The cybercrime, what is wrong there is the levy. But the cybercrime is in the interest of Nigeria. But why asking me to pay for what you are supposed to do? Cybercrime is part of crime, isn't it? Mm-hmm. And the responsibility of government is to protect people from crime. Why do they have to pay for it?
So it's ill-timed, isn't it?
Yeah, that is number one. No, to me, let me put it here on record. It's not, it's something that I need to look at it again. Why would you add another burden onto a Nigerian? I will not support that. I don't. And as I told you, I take it. If I had known that there was anything that has to do with placing additional burden on a Nigerian, I will not support it. Now, the House of Rep and the National Assembly is saying, oh, you are asking Nigerians to pay for that again? No, wait a minute, stop that first. And that's the position. Stop that too. Then that circular that you issued is confusing. Now we are saying levy. Who is going to pay the levy? Is it the bank, or is it the government, or the citizens? Why would I take my money to the bank and then pay for protecting that money?
They've said it in directly.
No, they said it now.
That it will be charged on the customer. And it will be with the bank, and the bank will have to...
Wait, now, that's where the problem is. Shehu, please.